Today I'm showing you the easiest and cheapest deer cart build that connects directly to your bike or an e-bike. You only need 4 items for this entire build. First, you need a sled. The second thing is a child carrier that you can pull behind a bike. Third, you're going to want some kind of bike or e-bike. I'm going to talk more about this e-bike in just a little while. Last but not least, you're going to want a couple of straps. Now we need to put this cart together. This was a steal on Facebook Marketplace. What I have here is a double wide child carrier. The double wide is good because you can fit the otter sled on top of it, which I'll show you in just a moment. I'm going to start stripping all this fabric off, taking all this stuff apart, because you only need the frame on here and the wheels. So here we've got our frame. It's just tube framing from a child carrier. Now it's time to put the sled onto the cart. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on this way or that way, but one thing is for sure, make sure you get a good solid plastic sled, probably stronger than a kid's sled, because you're going to need this not only on the cart, but to get the deer from wherever you shoot it up to the cart. This cart isn't going to go half-mile back in a swamp. Obviously your bike will not either. You want to take the bike and the cart as close to your stand as you can, lock it on a tree, and then walk in whatever it is, 200 more yards with your stand and your rifle or your bow, and set up to hunt there. I highly recommend getting a cart, a child carrier cart, cheap on Facebook Marketplace, and make sure it's a double wide so your sled fits. The reason why I like otter sleds is because they've got really strong corners. I pull firewood into my house with this every single winter. Every deer I've shot has gone in this sled over the past 5 or 6 years. So it's a really, really nice sled. Up here on the front, I make sure that these knots are tied securely, and then I have this board here so it takes less pressure off the plastic. This bike that I have is called a TST R002. It's an electric bike. Currently with the battery, it's got a 60-mile range. It can go easily over 20 miles an hour, no problem at all. With the throttle, it's got pedal assist. I put this crate on here. You don't have to do this. I just zip tie it on because when I do go on public land, I like to put my backpack here. So that's what we're looking at. My biggest concern when I was kind of thinking up this idea was that the sled would be too close to the back tire, which it might be. So if we straighten it out a little bit, I think we're going to have to put the sled on like this. That'll work just fine. So we're definitely going to need to ratchet strap the front. I don't think it's too tippy. Like once you have a good strap down right here before it comes up, that's going to secure it probably by itself, and that's all you're going to need. I did think at one point that I might have to do a ratchet strap like the long way to keep it from sliding, but you know, if I remove this, once you have the strap on here real tight, and then on the sled really tight, I'm pretty sure that's all you're going to have to do. Slide this under. That's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't slide forward either way. I do have an extra strap here just in case. So this is a run and gun stand setup, pretty typical, small, light, mobile, sticks, ropes, seat, stand, whatever. So if I were just to set this in here, for example, not that it's hard to carry, but if you're taking this back anyway, you might as well throw your stand in it. The next thing you might want to think about is where you put your weapon. Now, if I'm using a rifle, I would just have it unloaded and a sling across my back over my shoulder. That's the best way. That way I've got it on my body. You can do the handlebar mounts for a bow or rifle. I'm not a big fan of that because of all the shaking and the vibrating. You could do some kind of towels or something soft back here you can set your bow on and then strap that down, maybe with a bungee or something on top of here. But this is nice because now you can take your stand back on public land pretty far, at least most of the way to your stand location without having to carry it if you're going back a really long ways, if there's a main trail that you can bike on to begin with and have this cart being pulled behind your bike. There's plenty of space here. And I think this would actually go ahead of the ratchet strap just to not only save space back there, but just to keep this from sliding around. Not that it'll move too much. I think it's pretty good. You can see the strap down here. This is on the back here. Again, I don't think you need another strap. You can bring one along just in case, maybe throw it in there in your pack, but I'm pretty sure this is going to hold up pretty darn good. So to put in perspective why you'd want a double wide child carrier, this child carrier is a single wide and it's just too narrow. I mean, you could find tiny little sleds that might fit in here, but it's not going to hold a deer. Even a smaller deer would really struggle to fit in a thin sled like this. Not to mention all the small sleds that you find, those skinny ones are probably for kids and they're really hard to pull anything out of. Just because when you attach the rope to it, the plastic is so thin, you just end up ripping the plastic on the sled. So that's a no-go. This is great for pulling a kid around. Definitely not great for putting a deer in, especially if it's nicer and newer like this one is. So you definitely want to find an older one that's twice as wide. That way you can put a sled in there and fit the deer in there as well. Let's test out this trailer to see if it holds up to any substantial weight. In this container right here, I've got black oil sunflower seeds that we use for our chicken feed mix. We've got a whole bunch of chickens at our house and we mix it all ourselves from the feed mill. This I would say is at least 60 pounds. So I'll set this in here. The reason why I'm testing this out a little bit now is because obviously I don't want to be out in the field, shoot a deer, and then find out that something doesn't hold up. I'm not concerned at all about the frame. I'm not concerned about the bike at all, or the sled. What concerns me are these wheels right here. Now they should be fine. I just pumped up the tires so they're nice and stiff. What I am concerned about is the fact that there is no axle that goes straight through. And if there was, it would actually impede where this sled is. The good news is I do have much better tires. These are all rubber tires by Marathon Wheels. I'll put a link in the description for these because I think they're really, really cool and they're super, super tough. You'll never have to replace these ever because they're solid rubber, solid, hard plastic spokes, so they're not going to rust out or anything. This is a really heavy duty tire and wheel. I use this on a kayak cart, and then this was a different project I no longer need. And I have a video on my channel where I use this for a kayak or a canoe cart, and these have held up for years and years and years. They practically feel brand new and I've had them for several years. We've got about 25 pounds of whole wheat and 50 pounds of distiller's grain. So between this whole thing, I would reckon we've got about, let's say we've got 60, that's 50, we're at 110, this is 25, so we're at about 135 pounds just to test this out. Considering that went well in my yard, I think it's worth trying out in the field. Again, the true test is going to be putting in a large deer on public land or even private land if you have private land where you could use a bike like this and a cart like the one I built. If you're interested in this bike, again, this is the TST R002. Check out my link in the description. You're not going to get a better deal than the link that I provide down in the description below. This is a game changer. This bike can go up to 60 miles in range with a standard battery. They have an extended battery as an addition. It's got huge fat tires. It can go through snow. It's got tons of power. It's even got enough power for 2 people if you get the seat on the back. I've done a full review that you can watch right here. Thanks for watching this video. I truly appreciate your time and attention. Hope to see you on the next one.